The City Council in Iowa City is working on the budget and looking ahead to designing new fire stations.
KCRG TV9's Jocelyn Pisha is live in our studio to explain what comes next for the city's fire department.
Well, Beth, Danielle, the fire department introduced a project to begin the process to rebuild fire stations 1 and 3. The chief wants to meet modern workplace standards and better serve the community. Fire Chief Scott Lyons said the process of building new stations could be truly transformative for the department. As he said, the current facilities have outlived their lifespans. Fire Station 1 is downtown right next to City Hall, and Fire Station 3 is located near the Sycamore Mall. For this budget, the department is asking for about $1.5 million for conceptual designs to eventually move Station 1 along with the police station to another plot of land.
We need to find a property within the immediate area, and our hope is that we can secure that here in 2026, and then we'll have to figure out the funding puzzle, which could include potentially going to the voters and asking for permission to borrow the funds to complete that.
$1 million of the design budget would come from local option sales tax funds. Iowa City is looking to build 3 new fire stations at a total cost of $35 million, according to their capital improvement plan, though this is not yet approved. All of these discussions are preliminary, as the City Council will formally vote on the budget in late April. In the studio, Jocelyn Pisha, KCRG TV9 News.